Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is November 21st, 2025, and it's currently 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. All praises to the Most High God Almighty. Forgive me, beloved. I'm coming down with a little cold and my voice, and you might hear me sniff and blowing my nose and cough. So I'm doing okay. Thank you for all your prayers and support and all the medicines and remedies. Thank you so much. So, all right. And this video will not be that long today because of the situation that I'm facing. As you can see here, this is fiery conflagration, plague number 2, which is over there in Japan. Now, Japan, we studied Japan quite some time. We've been knowing for a while what's going on over there in Japan. And we saw that not only the fires, the wildfires, but randomly there are horrible things that are happening over there in Japan that kind of like put those people on alert. For instance, we got the bear attack for a few years ago. Now it gets worse. The reason, beloved, the bears are attacking. Well, we'll get to the bears, but let's stick to the fire. Again, for those of you who may not know, this is plague number 2, fiery conflagration of the cities worldwide, not only here, California, Palisades, and then Maryland, and New Jersey, New York, all over. Okay, horrible thing, especially the church. We haven't done for a church for a while now. It's been a couple of years. We haven't done a church series. I'll think about that. I'll think about the church though. Okay, so this thing is pretty much all over. Now, this is an entire neighborhood burns, resident flee, search for missing people. For those of you that may not be too familiar with Japan, Japan have a very high safety standards. Earthquakes, fires, and flood, they are it's pretty safe over there in Japan. Japan is top notch, best country ever when it comes to infrastructures and everything. But when it comes to lifestyle, no. The Japanese working schedule, it's a no, at least for me, because my ancestors went through that, and I'm not gonna go through this for money or whatever and stuff. They are very well disciplined people, but there is this thing, the culture is magnificent. They preserve the culture. They don't let 83 coming over there and destroy their cultures. And that's what happened when you don't let people come and destroy your culture and telling you what to do and stuff like that. Because Christianity did not flow the way that it is in Japan and China, and they still, well, the culture is not the Japanese culture, it's not theirs. When you study the culture, you realize, okay, all right, you guys swag it, jack the whole thing. Okay, well, no problem. But the Holy One is moving through the land, and indeed, throughout this video we're going to witness here, enlarge this. We're going to witness the faces, excuse me, the faces, the smokes, and everything. You're going to see figure and things like that. I may not perceive them myself, but you should be able to see them. Okay, all right. As you can see, this is the firefighters. The Japanese firefighters, and there's nothing they can do, man. They just stand there. Okay, there's nothing they can do. There were so many cars. Let me just put this right here. There were so many cars. I was wondering what was going on. When I looked out of the window, the second floor, it was on fire. Okay, and then Japan is loaded with elderly, man. A huge portion of the population are elderly. The young over there in Japan, they cannot reproduce, and not only they can't physiologically speaking, is that a real word? But they can't do it because they're too tired. They work them to the bone, and there's not what having kids for what, like what they're gonna have them for. There's no, the blessing is over. So Japan, the adult diaper outperform babies' diapers. So they have a huge elderly population over there. Japan is pretty much done. All right. So this is the elderly. They evacuated them, and if they don't do that, this thing can kill you. It is recommended, it was not, excuse me, not recommended. It is studied that most people that died during a fire, it's not the fire that killed them first or the flame that killed them first. It is the smoke inhalation, because the moment you start inhaling nothing but smoke, you will pass out, and that's it, you die. Okay? All right, this is the elderly Japanese folks over there. They are moving them, because the Holy One is clearing the land worldwide, everywhere. Okay, I'm worried because there are people and it's quite cold over there. Okay, all right. So the entire neighborhood burned down, man, burned down. All right, and this is the same thing that happened in Palisade. And what those people did, beloved, they just ignored. Oh, that's like a minor accident. Fire happen all the time and stuff like that. An entire neighborhood, man? An entire neighborhood? Oh, well, this happened, I remember, back in 1974, 1973. Yo, an entire neighborhood, son. This whole thing is gone. And this is the debris, the ravages that left of it, okay? And there's nothing those people can do to try to make this better, or try to, you see this whole island here, there is smoke coming out of this thing, man. But why there's smoke coming out of this island, and a lot of the island are sentient, they are alive. And you do know Japan have this massive beast that they make many movie about it. It's not something they imagined, because they saw it. And they actually did all these things. They actually drop bomb and this stuff and try to kill it. It's unkillable. You cannot kill the Mighty One. The Mighty One's pet. It's like a pit bull. You just put it there and then leave it there. Okay, when times come, you will send it. You get sick, boy. So anyway, how long we are into this thing? Good. Let's keep on moving, beloved. Okay, this is the events that are going worldwide. There you go. Let's put it right here. This is the bear
visitors
thing.
carrying. Get this, the U.S. has issued a travel advisory for Japan following a string of deadly bear attacks. The country has reported more than a dozen deaths so far this year. NBC News correspondent Marquise Francis has warned the countrywide effort to try and protect residents and tourists.
A grisly warning to tourists in Japan as the country deals with a surge in bear attacks. According to Japan's public broadcasting network, a record 220 people have been injured since April. Officials say at least 13 people killed, 7 of those deaths in October alone, as the animals prepare for hibernation.
Bear population has increased dramatically in Japan. I mean, there are now, I believe, over 40,000 Asiatic black bears throughout Japan.
Bears have been spotted in populated areas across the northern part of the country, including inside this supermarket and outside a nursery school.
As that population increases, combined with the population of people increasing and going into these habitats, you're going to have these conflicts.
The US, the UK, and China all issuing travel advisories to their citizens, with the bears also spotted in places frequented by travelers. A bear cub killed by authorities after breaking into a hot spring resort in the Iwate Prefecture, and the airport there briefly forced to ground flights after this sighting on the runway. In Japan's historic Shirakawa village, visitors carrying bear bells and warning signs posted everywhere after a tourist from Spain was attacked at the UNESCO-listed site.
This is historical village, as you know, so we actually asking tourists to actually do not litter anything, you know, like pick up all the trash and take it. Other thing.
So, excuse me. Why is there so many bear attack over here? Well, after we witnessed plague number 2 fire reconfiguration of the cities, and now we have wild beasts will be their grave. See, in Japan, what we are calling rural area, it's pretty much empty. And the animals know when there is a place, pretty much there's no human over there, or the human population is too low, and they can take over the place. They can sense it through the ley line. They can sense it through their animalistic sense, so to speak, and they will invade this space. One of the main reasons, of course, over there in Japan, because those rural area, they don't have that much people over there. Most of the people are dead. When you watch, let's see if we can put this right here. Abandoned rural town in America. Okay. Okay. Now, there are certain videos you watch on YouTube. I'm not quite sure if you're familiar, and you see people driving through those abandoned areas in America and stuff. And the typical story is, oh, this used to be a bustling town, oil town, a coal town, or some kind of mining town. And once the company closed down back in 1974, and everybody left, and then the town died. That's a lie. That's a lie. You see, the reason why you see all those abandoned towns all over America, Spain, and Italy, that is the people that used to live in there, they are no more. They are all gone. It's not like because all of them move away. No. If there's one thing 83 will never do, is to leave their belonging behind, is to leave their land, quote unquote, their houses behind. They don't do that. They would have freaking destroyed. They would have burned it down. It's because those people are no more. They die out. Japan is not like everybody moved to Tokyo. They want to make it seem like, oh, Tokyo, the biggest city in the world, have 128 million people and stuff like that. No, most of those people in Japan, they grow old, they die. They die lonely. Yes, the rural area in Japan, the people are no more. And the animals can sense that, and they are breeding out of control, and they are taking over the land, and they will clear the land worldwide. The fiasco that happened in 2020 wiped out a lot of people around the world. They are trying to hide it. They tried to hide this in China, didn't go too well. They tried to hide it over here, didn't go well at all. Those people are no more. A lot of abandoned places were like, oh, well, the moment this company that was there left and things like that. And no, that's not what that is. Because you see, in 2008, when they claimed that the economy crashed, there were a lot of towns that had Walmart or Circuit Cities and Kmart and other places that were hiring a huge amount of people. When those businesses close, the people still stay in that town because the government gives them help. The stamps, the monthly payment, a few bucks for the booze and meth and things like that. See, the government always help those people. The only time they don't help them is because they are no more. They are not here to be helped. Most of those abandoned towns are being abandoned not because excuse me, that cold is really getting me. But they are abandoned not because the company factory or whatever left, because the people that were living there are no more. Here's the thing. No matter who they are, if they are 83, they cannot live in a place without our people. It's a huge mistake. They realize that when they allow segregation. They realize that they cannot compete when we are separated. They realize that they cannot compete when they give our people a place to themselves and they lock them in there, or they have a nation or an island or place for themselves. They realize that we can outpace them just like that. So the best thing is to do is to integrate it. Integration. Vertical integration is the best, but horizontal, that's not good. That's how they mix our people together. They destroy our people. Once you have all white towns, they're gonna die very quickly. They need our people there. They need your energy. They realized that a very long time ago. All right. So, Japan, you got all those bear attack. Wild beasts will be their grave, and it's multiplying.
Is that we actually going to hunt the bear.
Bear deterrence now a top priority for Japan. Armed with bear spray and shields,
We going to hunt the bear.
bear deterrence now a top priority for Japan. Armed with bear spray and shields, troops from the country's self-defense force are helping capture the animals. Hunting drones that emit barking sounds deployed over an area in central Japan's Haida City. And in September, Japan amended a wildlife law to allow emergency hunting by civilians. And while the bear's hibernation season is right around the corner, officials in Japan say it's a risk they cannot ignore.
We are not gonna let that things happen again.
And Marquise Francis joins me now. Marquise, we are used to hearing about bear territory, for hikers and things like that in the U.S. Walk us through some reminders for people who are visiting Japan and what they should carry on them and be aware of.
Yeah, Vicky, just last week, the U.S. State Department is warning U.S. visitors to the region that there was a bear sighting at a park across from the U.S. consulate in Sapporo. And they're really urging Americans to follow these helpful tips. They're pretty straightforward, but I'm going to pull up a full screen. They're saying, number one, avoid the area or walking alone in areas of bear sightings. 2, be aware of your surroundings. And 3, report sightings to local authorities. And whether
Let's run to the list. Make a lot of noise. Make yourself as large as possible. Never turn your back and run. Never feed a bear. Okay, so basically, if you're a tall, fat dude, you good. A bear, you're bigger than the bear, and you're loud. While you're black, the bear is not gonna do anything. Let's check this theory. Grizzly bear fighting black bear. There's a video. was this video. Not this one. Okay, there's the. So this one is pretty good. So this is a bear. This is all right. This bear was trying to mate with this other bear, and then that guy show up, and he didn't like what he saw. Now, this is what that is when you engage with a bear. Okay? This is how powerful a bear is. And they've been doing that thing like for hours. They fight, tear up each other's flesh. And then you're going to make noise? You're going to make noise?
This guy, I wouldn't trust.
Okay? For hours. They still fighting. There was a video where a grizzly bear killed a black bear. The black bear was dead, and it keep biting. Grizzly bear killed black bear. I think that's the one. I think is that the one?
Now, if a grizzly bear wants to eat you, it doesn't matter what you do, it will figure out a way to eat you, like this bear here. Only this grizzly bear is not going after a person, it's going after something else. And that something else would be a mother black bear in its den with its cubs. And she knows what's up. She's out of there. She is not staying. She is not trying to help the cubs. That brown bear will eat her. It's not even close to a fair fight. That black bear sees that grizzly and it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go this way because there's nothing I can do about this. And this is a pretty routine thing. It's either fight and get eaten, or let me run away and most likely run up a tree. This is pretty standard procedure, black bear versus brown bear. Yet another
Grizzly bear are extremely powerful. Okay, so you all right. I think that's the bear fights to the death. You know, this there is a clip where this, I think it's this one, right? No. The guy was driving, he saw the bear, and the bear killed the black bear, and he keep eating the black bear was dead like for days. He came back and fight it, and the bear been dead forever. He keep fighting it, and this is how powerful a freaking bear is, man. You know, so you know, stand up yelling and do these things ain't gonna work on a freaking bear, dog. You know, yeah. This is a grizzly bear. This is the size of this.
Yeah, thank you, Mitchell. New this morning, large grizzly bears are out and about in Montana. Jamie Gogan posted these pictures 9 days ago, saying their old generator storage shed on Montana's eastern front is now this grizzly's personal scratch tree. Fish, Wildlife, and Parks is using the pictures to help teach people how to tell the difference between black and grizzly bears and how important that is. Biologists point out grizzlies are generally larger and maybe bigger even than a small shed like this. They also can be distinguished by longer curved claws, humped shoulders, and a face that could appear to be concave.
Yeah, so good luck going out there and then the dance in front of a bear, big loud nose. Nah, I mean a freaking grizzly bear, when they caught you, dog, that's it. Wild beasts will be their grave. Let's keep on moving.
Tonight, news about an urgent wildlife crisis. A deadly fungal disease called white nose syndrome is sweeping across North America, wiping out millions of bats. CBS's Dave Malkoff in Highland, North Carolina, went underground as scientists race to save these vital creatures.
This is a gold mine from the 1800s. We're only in here because we have permission.
20 feet below the ground, there's a race against time.
You could easily get hurt. We are underground. It's a lot of slippery rocks. Things are unstable.
North Carolina's tricolored bats are also unstable.
That's a bat right there.
They're among several species of bats who are quickly dying off in the dark.
Oh, there's another one. Wow, look at his little ears coming down. And the wings.
They hang from their toes, just like in the cartoons and storybooks of our childhood.
Biologists Lindsay Zarecki and Olivia Munzer are trying to save them, mainly because the bats eat the same bugs that kill crops.
As bat populations are declining, we see that there's a greater need for use of pesticides.
These flying creatures may look scary, but the real monster in this cold and damp death trap is a highly infectious bat flesh decomposing fungus that will gnaw their wings right down to the bone.
Today we're just getting a count to see what is here and how many of them are there.
And there's only a handful left, but it's not the fungus that kills them. During the winter hibernation, their white noses start to itch, waking them up when they go out looking for food.
Bat is just going to fly through here.
They end up wasting precious calories looking for bugs that aren't in season, and they starve. But up here with bat expert Rhoda Petrick,
this serves as a buffet for bats.
Fat Bat is a bright, bug-attracting light placed about a tennis court away from the bat cave.
How about if we fatten the bats enough right before they go into hibernation that it increases the likelihood of them surviving the winter?
These creatures of the dark potentially saved by a 12-volt light. Dave Malkoff, CBS News, Highlands, North Carolina.
Yeah, and the wings.
See, bats are very important to the ecosystem, and when you see this killing millions of bats in North America, then something else is going on. See, you need bats because they eat a lot of flies and they are very good predator. If you have bats, if you have a house, you should have a bat house. Bat house. You should have a bat house in your house. You put it there and let those bats come over there and stay there. You won't have any mosquitoes. You won't have any bugs problem because those bats will literally taking care of business. Okay? They are natural mosquitoes repellent, designed to, this one is designed to attract bat. You leave it there, they will just literally mosquito. Anytime you have these bat mosquito problem, those bats will go over there. They will literally destroy all the flies and things, and they will keep the pest control down. Dragonfly. If you make a pond, you have dragonfly there. They will literally destroy all the mosquitoes. They'll keep them down. And those little beige gecko. Yes, those little geckos. I say gecko. Beige gecko. There you go. Those little beige gecko that you see inside, well, I don't know if you guys used to see them, and they used to be on the wall around the house. Those are very important. If you see them in your house, don't kill them. Okay, they will eat pretty much anything. They will get rid of all the roaches and flies. I still have a terrible flies issue and roaches issue. These little bodies that they come in when I open the windows, and then they will come in there, and I didn't know that. And when I saw those things, and then they eat pretty much everything. One of them is enough to literally wipe out the entire horde. Now they are very fast. They are very helpful. Good animal, man. All right. If you see millions of the bats are dying, something else is going on. White nose syndrome. I'm not quite sure what that is, but the frequency is going up. Something is going on. How long we are into this thing? All right, let's keep on moving. Okay, I just they say there's a shooting in St. Louis airport. A stabbing. Is that what that is? I don't know what the hell is going on. Let's watch this then. It's just in. I don't know what's going on.
This live look here at the airport this morning. One person is dead after a shooting early this morning involving an officer at the St. Louis Lambert International Airport. Now, according to a spokesperson for the St. Louis County Police Department, the shooting occurred around 1 a.m. inside Terminal 1 of the airport, and the shooting involved an airport security officer. Now, we did just hear live there from officials, but we did get to that press conference just about 2 minutes late here. So what I wanted to do is start it from the beginning so you can get all those comments here in full right now.
We're going to do this for just a couple minutes and keep it going. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're ready.
okay. I'm Vera Clay, Public Information Officer for St. Louis County Police Department. This morning about 1 a.m., officers from the STL Airport Police were involved in an officer-involved shooting here in Terminal 1. The officers were doing routine security checks and clearing the areas for anyone who's not supposed to be in certain areas. And they did encounter an individual who refused to leave and displayed a knife. When the officers tried to get that person to leave, he refused to drop the knife and started to come at the officers. And less lethal was used. They did tase him first. They tried to use a taser. That individual continued to advance towards officers, and a second officer did fire his service weapon, injuring the suspect, and unfortunately, that suspect is deceased at this time.
So, Vera, was it in the Terminal 1 ticket area? Do we know what the gentleman was doing down there? What do we know?
I don't believe it was in the ticket area. It was in the Terminal 1, just outside of doors 1 and 2. There's some restrooms down there, kind of a large.
So you got a guy get into an airport with a freaking knife. And you people always give me crap when I'm traveling with my luggages, searching me like I'm a freaking criminal. Make sure this dude don't have any knife, guns, or above all drugs on him. And then take my stuff, look at my personal things, and question me about my stuff that I have in there. And now one scumbag, when he find his way in there with a freaking knife, could have killed people. Well, luckily you guys take this dude down. Beloved, people are losing their freaking mind. This world is gone. It will never come back to normal. Never again. So there's this shooting at the St. Louis airport. Crazy.
An employee throwing what appears to be frozen. Some troubling video raising some big questions about a South Bay restaurant. It shows an employee throwing what appears to be frozen ribs on the ground in a parking lot to prep them, I guess, for use in the restaurant.
Today, that video sparked a visit from health inspectors. NBC Bay Area's Damian Trujillo has the very latest.
People are losing their freaking mind.
The video captures a person who the restaurant describes as an employee throwing frozen ribs onto the ground. Someone took the video from the rooftop and posted it on social media.
I felt that it was very disturbing.
I spoke about this before, beloved, in our private lesson. Always put this in your mind. You are always being watch. Not necessarily about, government, spies, FBI, CIA, things like that. There's always someone there watching you, a regular person. And the moment you do something that is somewhat unethical, according to them, they will shoot a video of you and they will post it online. No matter where you are and what you are doing, as long as it's okay. Yeah, well, people won't take video, but you think, oh, there we go. It's time for me to go get this thing right here. Okay. Whoops. Okay, good. Okay, well, good. Again, beloved, whenever you are doing some stuff, you, to a degree, this thing may not be, may be or will be misinterpreted by others. Do it in private, behind closed door, where people won't see things. Recently, there was a gentleman that took video of a city employee getting the city car. You know what? Let me just watch this, and then we'll go to the city employee.
Yes, and they call it love. You call it faux love? I said no.
Today, county health inspectors arrived at Fort Love to ask questions and ultimately shut down the restaurant, citing both sanitation issues and insect or rodent concerns. The public health department asked us not to show the inspectors' faces for safety reasons. They spent more than 3 hours inside before red tagging the restaurant.
Oh gosh, totally. And
they closed them down for a bit.
Yeah, and it seemed like a nice place. Pretty bad, pretty sad.
Always.
The restaurant's owner agreed to talk to us, but not on camera, also fearing retaliation. He told me the employee involved needs to be held accountable for what he says is an isolated incident. He also says he takes full responsibility for what happened. A search of public records shows Fort Love passed its last 3 public health inspections with scores of 91, 93, and 95. The latest was just this past September. Fort Love also has mostly good reviews on Yelp with 3.5 stars. But tonight, there are already comments on the platform alerting customers about the video that's getting a lot of traction online. The owner tells me once it passes re-inspection, rebuilding his restaurant's reputation is job number 1. He says he knows it's going to be a tough task, but the military veteran vows to earn back his customers' trust. In Milpitas, Damian Trujillo.
So, we got a sister staying in Milpitas, and a beautiful sister. We love the sister so much over there, Sister L.W. Black. Here we go, beloved. Whatever that you're doing, people are always watching, okay? City employee fired for picking up prostitute. No, that's not. This one happened. City employee fired. Let me see. This one happened a couple of months ago. Yes, that's the one. 2 months ago.
Milwaukee City employee caught on camera exploiting an apparent sex worker in broad daylight just a few feet away from his marked government car.
The video already has thousands of views on social media, and Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson found the man who recorded it. Fair warning here, some of the content of this story is graphic. It's not suitable for children.
As workers streamed into the field headquarters of the Milwaukee Department of Public Works on Wednesday, one man was not there. The employee assigned to car number 24197.
He's official, got his own vehicle and
a public employee unwittingly featured in a now viral video.
Gotta get them views up, y'all. I gotta get them subscribers.
Recorded by Braden Tolliver.
This nasty work, y'all.
2 weeks ago, Tolliver says he was headed west on Lisbon Avenue near 34th Street.
I don't know. I was just so happy to be in this neighborhood, in this area, and just be driving past.
When he saw a woman in bright red skin-tight pants talking to a city worker.
She was leaning in from the driver's side. They was talking.
He circled the block and came back to find the city vehicle had moved.
So this is where the DPW vehicle was parked, or where was it about?
It was right here.
To a secluded alley right around the corner.
I mean, you know, I know what goes on in this neighborhood.
He pulled out his mobile phone, crept up close.
My listing 8 feet away.
Right here.
And captured what appears to be a government worker engaged in a public sex act at 11 o'clock in the morning.
This is before noon, fool.
This stretch of Lisbon has long been a hotbed of human sex trafficking in Milwaukee, and while the sex workers themselves are rarely cited, municipal court data shows charges against the men who solicit them have steeply declined over the past 10 years.
So here you go. And this employee, all right, went to 11 a.m. in the morning, went paying a woman for sex. And unbeknownst to him, he was filmed by some dude that want to get his subscribers up, gotta get the views up. And the man ended up losing his job and losing everything. And it's things like that, because people are watching you, man. Especially those 2/3 out there, man. They'll watch you, son. They'll put your stuff online, things that they should have mind their own business, things they should have keep going. That's why you see people getting killed all the time like this, because they see things and they're like, yo, I gotta use this to further my own. I gotta put my moral in this. Like, I know what's going on over there. But I need subscribers, I need views, I need money. YouTube will pay me. The news will glorify me. They will say that I did a good things. And people will just jump with their moral, because people are like, well, if it was me, I would never do this and stuff. I don't do things like that. Oh, this is so immoral and things like that and stuff. So, and then this man did this for views and subscribers. He literally told you this, okay?
All his colleagues gonna know what he been doing.
Of course, it's one thing to solicit a sex act on your own time, another to do it in a taxpayer-funded car.
During city work hours. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling. It's crazy.
In other words,
he might get fired.
A ticket may be the least of his worries.
Could be married, have a wife.
There you go.
Wife doesn't know. She will now after this.
Brian
There
Polson.
you go.
Fox 6 Investigates.
This is those dudes, and those guys, they will put you
unwittingly featured in a now viral video.
Gotta get them views up, y'all. I gotta get them subscribers.
Recorded.
I gotta get the views up. I gotta get them subscribers. And those dudes will watch you, son. They will film you. They will put it online. And then they'll say, well, what about what your wife is thinking? What about your girlfriend? What about your people? Why are you doing this? They'll do that, man. That's why you have to be very careful when you're around. And people will not, film you if you try to help a little lady cross the street. If you did run and grab that kid and pull it out of the road so the car would hit it. People won't see this. Even if they have that, they won't publish it, because this will glorify you, man. I told this many times that when I'm walking around the neighborhood and I see people say, when I go places like Walmart, they say, hey, you are the guy that walk past by my house all the time. Like, oh, yeah, where you stay at? Say, I stay there. I see you all the time, man. You pass over there. I'm like, oh, okay, say, keep up going, man. Keep the good work. Like, oh, thank you, man. You all being watched. I am not condoning or condemn anything. Just letting you know that certain people out there, they will wait until you are in a moment of weakness. They'll take that, put it on video, go online, shaming you, and you will lose everything. Just be careful. Let's keep on moving. Okay, this is the Congo, man.
inaanza kuwa na ministre wa mine national. Ministre wa mine national ndio anafanya accident, inafa crash paka pa sasa pa avion yo ile. Kwa aeroport yetu ya Kolwezi inafanyika paka pa sasa pa crash. Ilikuwa na ministre wa mine national.
We begin tonight here with an alarming close call at Boston's Logan Airport. 2 passenger jets, one with more than 300 people on board, just 125 feet from landing on the runway when another plane passes in front. It was a Delta flight from Paris on approach to Boston just moments from landing when another plane taking off crossed its path on an intersecting runway. Air traffic controllers jumping in to get the Delta plane to go around again. And this comes as the FAA tonight acknowledging critical staff shortages amid this government shutdown. Air traffic controllers not getting paid, many calling in sick. ABC's Matt Rivers leading us off tonight.
Tonight, the alarming close call for 2 passenger planes at Boston's Logan Airport. Listen to the moment 2 pilots realized they were on a possible collision course.
What the heck? That was close. Yeah, man, not cool.
A Delta flight from Paris with nearly 300 people on board coming in for landing yesterday, just 125 feet off the runway, about to touch down, just as a Cape Air flight was speeding down an intersecting runway taking off, according to Flight Radar 24. Suddenly, air traffic control noticed something was wrong.
Delta 263, have you go around and turn 10 degrees left.
For Delta 263.
That Delta flight aborting its landing, climbing back into the air. The controller ordering that Cape Air flight to stay low.
Care, go low.
Going low.
Both planes coming within 3,800 feet of each other.
In this case, it looks like it was controller error, but it was also a good save by the controller when they realized the mistake had been made and made the Delta jet go around.
And tonight, dramatic new video showing the damage inside the cabin of a JetBlue flight to Newark that suddenly lost altitude while flying from Cancun. Video showing cracks where people hit the ceiling. Shelley Walsh says everyone in the aisle went flying.
It was such a violent, sudden drop. The flight attendant went completely horizontal, hit the ceiling, flew back down to the ground.
That flight making an emergency landing in Tampa. Several passengers and crew rushed to the hospital. No word yet what caused that drop in altitude. And as the country deals with the government shutdown, major flight disruptions nationwide due to critical air traffic control staffing issues and bad weather. Some 32 air traffic control facilities reporting shortages, and the list is growing. One FAA source telling ABC News it's the worst she's ever seen.
I'm also one of the millions affected by the shutdown's impact on air travel. After 4 canceled flights and hours of delays, it took me a full extra day to get from Chicago here to Newark.
In Orlando yesterday, the busiest airport in Florida, the FAA saying there were no controllers to land planes for a time before staffing was finally increased.
And David, there are thousands of flight delays and cancellations tonight.
Yeah, that happened 2 weeks ago. and things like that.
That number only getting worse by the hour, and with no end in sight to this government shutdown, this chaos could likely last at least through next week. David?
All right. So the ley lines, airplane fell, excuse me, airplane fell out of the skies in the Congo, flight collision, possible collision, well, things like that, blaming us up. But anyway, so here's this video. Again, people will relish in things like that, okay?
It's the stunning downfall of famed 90s fitness icon Susan Powder. Susan was once the larger-than-life personality whipping America into shape.
4 more.
She was known for her bleached blonde buzz cut and, of course, that legendary battle cry.
Stop the insanity! This was me when I was 260 pounds.
She transformed her body and, in the process, became America's #1 fitness queen. Even making a cameo on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Well done, Carlton.
But in 1995, she shocked her legions of fans and declared bankruptcy. Her multi-million-dollar weight loss empire gone.
And I just walked away. I literally walked away. I did it very intentionally.
Now 67, she lives in Las Vegas, delivering food for Uber Eats.
Hey, this is Susan with Uber Eats. I have never stopped working, not one moment. That's why my children are so proud. Nothing is beneath me. I will work. I'll do anything.
And struggles to find the healthy food she once promoted. The former multi-millionaire says her financial ruin came after getting bad financial advice.
I never said, show me the damn bank balance. I should have.
She shares her story in a new documentary, Stop the Insanity, Finding Susan Powder.
I'm betting the farm on me.
She may have fallen on hard times, but her life as an Uber Eats driver is a lot simpler than her heyday as America's fitness queen.
Stop the insanity!
Okay. Let's take a picture right here. There we go. So iconic, something like this. Good. Now you got this woman, Susan Powder. Okay, she was the powerhouse in the 90s. She made millions of dollars, and then now she lost all of it. The reason why I play this, and I want to draw a comparison, of course, comparison is the thief of joy, with this woman in '83. And what happened to her is they took all her money. Kevin Garnett, the basketball player, okay, which always do this. Great player, okay, great player. He lost $77 million in investment by letting those Jewish dudes do the investment. Okay, let me see if I can find that video. Master P on Master P on Kevin Garnett losing $77 million. Okay. There's a shorter video. There we go. That's the video. Okay. All right.
At the least, I'm gonna give you some free game today. But the next time it's gonna cost you at least 100 G's. I was reading this story about Kevin Garnett losing $77 million. I live right up the street from this guy. I never spoke to him. We never sit down and talked about nothing. But this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. Your financial advisors or accountants, you only have one. Imagine if you got that type of money, you should at least have 3, 4, or 5 of them where they could check on each other. And you won't lose that type of money. I mean, you guys could lose that type of money. Come to the hood, man. Give $10,000, help the kids, do something, give back. Y'all don't even do that no more. I got the hookup movie, and I told a couple basketball players, man, let's put some money in, and let's do this movie, and let's make some money. Talking about making investments. You guys don't even do this. You don't have any time for nothing but just basketball. I hear basketball players say, man, basketball is my life. But you're going to get older. You know, your body is not going to be able to jump and run the way you do forever. One thing I like about LeBron James, he put his people on, he educated people. Y'all need to learn some economics. instead of just basketball. I'm gonna teach that to my kids, that you're not gonna just play basketball. You're not just gonna be athletes or entertainers. You're gonna know something about economics, and you're gonna have an education. And it's sad because when I was doing that movie, there's people that I know, they telling me, you know, I gotta get this paperwork to my financial advisor, my accountants. For what? You can't even give your own money to people that have been there for you. That's crazy. And they want to divide and conquer us because they don't want you to be smarter. They definitely don't want you to be around nobody that's gonna teach you something. So I'm telling y'all, economics, learn it with basketball. You'll be able to invest, you'll be able to buy things, and that's real game. Next time we sit down, this is gonna have to cost some money because y'all giving them money. You know what you say? They take 5% of $200 million. How much you gave somebody that you don't even know, or somebody hooked you up with that person? So you done gave them over 10, 15, $20 million, and you can't even help your own people. That's embarrassing. That's why a lot of these athletes, entertainers, talking about they depressed. Depressed and rich do not mix. If you depressed and you rich, you got a problem. It's something deeply rooted out here. Athletes, entertainers, basketball. I even heard Paul Pierce say that. It's like, man, what's wrong, dog? Let's get it together, man. Put that faith and trust in God, man. Y'all putting in too many people because they got a suit on. For real?
So this is what happened to this young woman. Well, to this, she's now 67.
Stop the insanity!
Okay, she was, you know, back then she was beautiful, young. She was at the top of the world. She was making millions of dollars, and you got all those people in suit come up onto her and say, "Let me manage your money." Okay, so and then they will go ahead and she just say, "Okay, give him all my money and manage them, and then I'm gonna go party and be a celebrity and go around and do things like that. You know, go to TV shows and things like that."
She was known for her bleached blonde buzz cut and
go around and do things, and you know, people will take care of my money for me. And come to realize, by the time she realized, like, where all my money? And then they're like, well, investment, you lost it. Okay, Kevin Garnett lost $77 million, man, in investment. Do you know how much $77 million is? Do you know how, I don't know if this story is true or not. I don't know, man. Do you know how much $1 million is? I'm assuming you people are in the same financial situation that I am right now. You know, and not like you guys are, I'm not calling you poor, but $77 million when you let somebody just do the calculation and balance the book for you and then keep on the ledger. That's how it works. And Master P told you when he was making I Gotta Hook Up the movie. Excuse me. I Got the Hook Up. Okay, the movie, all right, one of the greatest movie ever made when it comes to black movie, all right. So he asked the guys, "Yo, man, can you guys invest in this and that?" They didn't want to invest. They're like, man, I gotta talk to my financial, advisors. Yo, this is an investment. Something about basketball is my life. You do know you won't be able to, play at certain age. You're gonna get old. For instance, music is my life. At one, what if you have a stroke? What if something happened? You can't play anymore. You need certain things to be there and then do stuff for you. Nah, not those dudes, man. So, excuse me. Excuse me. So what happened is this woman, she lost all her money. Okay, and she's get to delivering food for Uber. Okay, which is not oh man, this is what you reduced to. No, she can still survive. Things like that. This is good work ethic. Okay, there is nothing wrong with this. But to show you, man, that there are some people out there, including our own people. All right, they will feed on you, son. People are evil out there, son. The moment you got money, you're beautiful, you think people will just like, just be your friend because, they are genuinely and interested in you. No, man. They want all the money that you have. They want all the things and they will take it, especially those guys in the suit. Okay? Financial advisor. You know, especially them dudes in the suit, man. Those guys will see like a hood nigga from the hood get a $100 million deal. Oh, they'll walk around you, dog. They'll like, yo, they'll smile in your face and they'll say, leave all that money to me and I'll manage for you. And she said that. She said, I should have checked the books. I should have. Nah, man. Black Masterpiece said, have them check on each other. You should have at least 4 of them. 4 or 5 of them. Have them checking on each other. And me, myself, personally, if I have $100 million, I don't need financial advisor to manage my money for me. You're an advisor. A financial advisor, not a financial manager. You don't. I can manage my own. Watch this, watch there. Paying people to manage my money. If you fucked up, well, you get effed up. If you effed up. So things like that, man. Those people are cutthroat, son. They'll come after you, man. They'll come after you. They'll take that money, son. They'll take it. And then they'll tell you the money. There's nothing you can do because you gave them, you consent in this, okay? Let's keep on moving.
An 89-year-old woman is facing felony charges after police say she hit a 9-year-old girl in a crosswalk and kept driving.
The charges stem from an incident in Cudahy late last month, right outside J.E. Jones Elementary School. 12 News' Nick Board joining us live in the area tonight. And Nick, you just spoke with the suspected driver.
AB9.
All right, she told me that it was an accident, the incident that happened here late last month in which the 9-year-old girl was struck here in this sidewalk. She says she never saw the girl despite the fact that she went over the hood, smacking into the windshield and breaking it, even leaving a handprint behind. Cudahy police body camera footage shows 9-year-old Lindsay Lamberg in the street on her back, suffering from a head injury.
They took off like a bat out of hell.
Witnesses said a car hit the girl as she crossed the street with the help of a crossing guard October 28th.
All of a sudden I seen a shoe flying, a cuff flying, and I seen a white Toyota mid-sized car.
Police tracked the car to nearby St. Luke's South Shore Hospital and found the suspected driver, 89-year-old Darlene Adam, walking out.
Hi, I'm Corporal Steckline. I'm with the Cudahy Police Department. Why don't you come this way? Come here for a minute. You're Darlene?
Yes.
How we doing, Darlene?
Okay.
In a police interview, Adam said she thought she hit a rock or construction barrel.
The rocker barrel that you thought wasn't, like I said before, it was actually a child.
Really?
So you struck a child.
She's well aware of that, okay? It's just they don't care. This woman knew what she hit. She knew she hit that freaking kid. You know, she knew what happened. She if she could go straight to a doctor or whatever that is, she knew what she was doing.
In a crosswalk.
Really?
I spoke with Adam Monday afternoon. Through her door, she told me it was an accident. She never saw the girl and won't be driving again.
I'm giving up my license.
You're giving up your license?
I'm giving it up.
You're already giving it up.
I have no car.
You have no car. The incident raises the issue of when senior drivers should stop driving.
Not all elderly people are bad drivers. Just because you are higher up in age doesn't mean that you shouldn't drive.
The owner of Oasis Senior Advisors says if you suspect your loved one might be having trouble, take a ride with them and have a conversation about next steps before something serious happens.
The goal is to not take away independence. The goal is to maintain independence, but also make sure that your loved one is safe and the people on the road are safe as well.
This woman knew what she was doing. She literally hit the little girl crossing the street. You know, could have killed her. You know, crazy things, man. I don't know what that is, man. U-83. I don't know. I don't know what that is for, but 7 fighter jet in 7 days and 7 Archangel. Is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. Fighter jets and a couple dudes in there. I don't know. What would be the significance of that? You guys doing all sort of nonsense now. Like, I'm not gonna go ahead and brush into this. Let me see how long we are into this. All right, boy, this thing is really. Let's go ahead and do this.
Right now at 11, we begin with breaking news. South Florida Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick facing alarming allegations tonight.
Sherfilis McCormick, who represents parts of Broward and Palm Beach counties, is being charged with stealing millions of dollars from FEMA. She's also accused of using some of that money to help her political campaign back in 2021. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Elliot.
So, yeah, those blassos, man. Yo. Beloved. I'm speaking for myself. You won't know how strong you are, or in that case, how weak you are, when you're put in a situation just like her. When you are in a position where you have pretty much unlimited amount of money at your disposal, and you can take as much as you want, there is a very small risk of being caught, and if you get caught or captured or find out, you can always lie your way out of this. And then even if you serve, let's say, 10 years in prison for stealing, let's say, $100 million, to a degree, it's still worth it. $100 million they can't find. And there are stories where, well, Cash Money said it. On my mama's name, and I'm so fly, fresh, on my mother's name. There are incidents where people would put money on friends. Ricky Freeway Ross did that. A bunch of drug dealers, they're about to go in prison for 20-30 years. And they will leave the money on a trustee. But usually by the time when Ricky was get out, all the money is gone. The people like, nah, nigga, you didn't leave hash for me. But certain of those people, especially when it comes to political people, they have certain funds you cannot find, certain accounts that do not exist for you and to you. They have safe. Swiss bank safe. Okay, they have certain safe, all right, Swiss bank account, and the account is not on their name, and other people can put them, and then the money can transfer a lot of stuff. They can claim they spent the money in luxury cars, buy a few of them, Lamborghinis, and this is Maserati. Is that what that is? Okay, vacation, luxury vacation. Luxury vacation. Okay, they can claim they spend it on luxury vacation. Drugs, although some of them don't do drugs, and say, okay, well, I had a cocaine addiction, and hey, Scott Storch spent millions on cocaine. So I was robbed, you know, when I was high and stuff like that. So when you are in a situation, or in that case in a position as this woman right there, and you can steal money, it's only when you get out of it you realize how strong or how weak you were. Many people say that, well, I would never do this, I would never do that, because you're not in the situation. You didn't, you weren't tempted that way. See, even our grand beloved brother was tempted, you know, when Satan said, bow down and serve me, and I will give you all those things. If you are truly the Son of God, jump. You weren't tempted. Many people are like, oh, I will never serve Satan. I will never jump. Up until you are tempted. And you see how strong the temptation is. You see how strong when you are in a position as Mr. Greg Lurie. Okay, when you're in a position of those dudes. Okay? Alright? When you're in you being a very powerful position of Joel Osteen. Okay? T.D. Jakes. And then you will realize that how easy it is to get away with things, to do all sort of nonsense. And not only you will get away with it, you will have people back you up. When you're in a position of powerful, in a powerful position where you can manipulate people, you can use people, you can do things, you can do stuff, and then you will get away with it. And you will realize, okay, this is our weak hours or our strong hours. So those blassos, they don't give a crap. They will suck out that money, man.
Elliot Rodriguez, CBS News Miami's Abby Dodge is joining us live from outside the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami with more details. Abby?
Well, this is just the latest legal battle that the Congresswoman has found herself wrapped up in. A former federal prosecutor tells me there is much more information that the public needs to see. 46-year-old Democratic Representative Sheila Sherfilis McCormick from Miramar is now facing several charges related to her family's healthcare company. The indictment says the charges stem from a $5 million FEMA overpayment back in 2021. It alleges the Congresswoman, family members, and business associates stole extra funds and ran them through multiple sources to disguise the source, then used some of that money to help finance her 2021 congressional campaign. Former federal prosecutor David Weinstein says more details about the representative's alleged role and how it may relate to other COVID relief cases will become clearer once the full indictment is released.
Certainly, the more the facts come out, the better we'll be able to gauge whether or not there was any misconduct.
Weinstein says cases involving the misuse of COVID-19 funding are similar to the Medicare and bank fraud crises of the past.
What happens is that these dollars go out, and when they're being sent out, nobody's really paying attention to who applied for them, why they applied for them, and it's not until afterwards when they start doing accounting and they figure out that they've misappropriated these funds that they then try to turn it around.
In Sherfilis McCormick's case, there are also charges related to her tax filings. The indictment says the Congresswoman and her tax preparer falsely claimed political spending and other personal expenses as business deductions and inflated charitable contributions to reduce her tax obligations. The U.S. Attorney General called the representative's actions a selfish and cynical crime.
Well, hey, it's time to pay the piper, man. You enjoyed the blessing. You got $5 million in your hand. You do a lot of hish. Now time to pay the piper, you know?
Now, the Congresswoman could face up to 53 years in prison if convicted, and she is now in Washington, D.C., hopefully making her way back to South Florida to face a judge sometime before Monday. At the latest, we have reached out to her and her team and are waiting to hear back. Live in Miami, Abby Dodge, CBS News, Miami.
Crazy. But hey, the Blasso, man, you know. All right, there you go.
11:37 on the East Coast and 8:37 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and we've been following breaking news all throughout the morning, but we do have another developing story that we're keeping an eye on. This coming in moments ago from our Fox 4 Dallas team. And I do want to remind you and say here, viewer discretion is advised as some of the details are disturbing. Now, we're hearing that 2 North Texas men have been indicted for an alleged scheme to sail to a foreign island, murder all the men there, and enslave the women and children. Again, this information here coming from court documents, as they say the men planned and trained for nearly a year. That's according to legal documents, in an attempt, they say, to fulfill their, quote, rape fantasies. Gavin Rivers Weissenberg, 21 years old of Allen, seen there on the left-hand side of your screen, and Tanner Christopher Thomas, 20 years old, have been indicted by a grand jury on counts of conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country and production of child pornography. The charges were given for the pair's extensive plans to travel to an island, which is part of the Republic of Haiti, to attempt a coup there. That's again according to the documents. Weisenberg and Thomas reportedly prepared from August 2024 to July 2025 to execute their plans, in which they allegedly intended to buy a boat, sail to that island, kill every man on the island, overtake it by force, and take the women and children as slaves. The island there does have a population, we're told, of about 87,000 people. From July 2024 to May 2025, the suspects apparently took classes to prepare for the coup. On August 5th of 2024, Weisenberg enrolled, we're told, at the North Texas Fire Academy in Rockwall. This was allegedly an effort to gain training and useful skills for their plot. I mentioned it a few times, viewer discretion advised, and all of this information coming in from court documents that were obtained by Fox 4 Dallas. On January 7th of 2025, we're told Thomas enlisted in the U.S. Air Force, and the documents say that he intended to use his military training for the planned overthrow of the island. We're also told that February 8th, Weisenberg actually failed out of fire training. On February 20th, Weisenberg bought tickets to Thailand, at least partially, to enroll in a sailing course to prepare for getting to the island. The indictment says once he got to Thailand, he never enrolled due to the cost of that course. Then in March, Thomas managed to change his Air Force assignment from a base in Germany to one located over in Maryland. The indictment says this was both to stay in the U.S. to continue planning the coup and an attempt to recruit homeless people from the Washington, D.C. area to help. The suspects are accused of attempting to recruit others to help with the coup, both online and in person. Weisenberg and Thomas are also accused of coercing a minor to engage in sexual activity on camera. That was back in August of last year. Weisenberg arrested on July 3rd on his charges, but what we don't know is the arrest date for Thomas. Fox 4 Dallas reaching out to the attorneys listed for Weisenberg, but they have yet to respond. No legal representation found for Thomas at this point. Weisenberg and Thomas both face up to life in federal prison if they are convicted of conspiracy to commit murder in a foreign country. Again, this is being investigated by several agencies, including the FBI, the U.S. Air Force Office of Special Investigations, and police departments. The case being prosecuted by the Assistant U.S. Attorney. We will keep you updated here as we do get additional information. I do want to pop this up on your screen. This is actually a post just coming in from Fox 26 Houston saying that 2 North Texas men have been indicted for an alleged scheme to sail to a foreign island, murder all the men, and enslave the women and children. Again, Fox 4 Dallas reporting here that that is an island of about 87,000 people.
So, and here's those people little words played, and then they'd show Haiti right there. They don't say anything about Haiti. They don't say why those dudes going to Haiti. Remember, we told you those people are going to try to do their best to try to take Haiti out of the news, and they won't, and they can't, because it begins there. It's gonna end there. There's a reason why Christopher Columbus, so to speak, landed there. There's something there. They want that something. See, this island, let's pull up the map. Oh, we are in our computer. Oh, that's good. Let's try Google Earth. There we go. All right, this is the best one. It's been a while we haven't done this on this computer. See, they don't mention that those guys were going to go in Haiti and kill all the men on La Gonave and enslave the women and rape them and rape the children and then make video pornography with them. So they say on a foreign island and things like that where they have planes. Let me see if I can get this out right here.
Right now at 11, we begin with breaking news. South Florida Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick facing alarming allegations.
A federal grand jury indicted 2 North Texas men accused of plotting to invade a foreign island, kill the men, and take the women as sex slaves.
Prosecutors say one of the men enlisted in the Air Force to get military training he thought he needed. Fox 4's Blake Hansen in our newsroom tonight with these stunning allegations. Blake.
Yeah, Stephen Heather, federal prosecutors say the suspects didn't plan to go it alone. In fact, the feds say they plan to recruit people who are homeless in Washington, D.C. to serve on their, quote, expeditionary force and take over a small Haitian island. The grand jury indictment handed up today charges 21-year-old Gavin Weisenberg from Allen and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas from Argyle with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country, as well as a charge of production of child pornography. Record Joe Weisenberg.
And this is those guys' nature. This is their true nature. This is who they are, and that's what they do. I mean, I didn't want to say anything about the dude eyes in the first. You can see the guy. You can see the inhumane, the demon in him. Because this is who they are. That's what they do. Okay? So here we go.
Weisenberg was booked into the Collin County Jail in July. We've not been able to find a mugshot for Thomas. Prosecutors say he was in the U.S. Air Force at the time. The place they are accused of plotting to invade is called Gonave Island. It is part of the Republic of Haiti. It's not small. In fact, that island has about 87,000 residents. Prosecutors say Weisenberg and Thomas plan to lead that expeditionary force by sailboat to the island, murder the men, take control of the island, and then turn the women into sex slaves, according to prosecutors. The feds say the plan dates back to August of last year. They say Weisenberg enrolled in a Rockwall Fire Academy to learn command and control protocols, but flunked out in February. They say he then traveled to Thailand to learn how to sail, but didn't enroll in the school due to the cost. The feds say Thomas, meanwhile, enlisted in the Air Force.
So, now why? Why they want to take over La Gonave, man? Why? Why they want to go there to this island, La Gonave Island, and they want to go to Port-au-Prince? Well, you want to wonder why? You see, during the Haitian Revolution and our emperor Jacques Ier, Haitian Emperor Jacques Ier. Jacques Ier. We want him in Haitian Emperor Jacques Ier. Well, let's put one. Jacques first. There you go. When the emperor himself, when he become emperor, and they put 1904, but it's 1804, 1806. Okay. When the emperor wearing the blue, Zedekiah, he was the first emperor. And when they defeated the French, again, the story is told in reverse. Actually, France is a colony of Haiti. Okay, so when he defeated the French and stuff, he dedicated this island, La Gonave Island, to the so-called Black American, because they indeed fought in the war with us. All right. And I explained to you years ago the reason why you would never see any black person online telling you to go in Haiti or visit Haiti or move to Haiti or starting a business in Haiti. You won't find that. They will send you in Africa. They will send you in Kenya and Nigeria, especially in Ghana. They will send you there. But none. They will not send you in the Congo. They will not send you Mali. They will not send you to Mozambique. Or they will not send you on any French-speaking the African country, so to speak. And definitely, they don't want you nowhere near Haiti. They don't want that because there is a reason for this. Okay? See, this island, it is a safe haven. It is a place of refuge where so-called African American had, the way they referred, Black Americans can come. The whole island is a place that they can come. They can call home and then rest, and when and get back to their feet. It's a safe haven. It's a place dedicated so they can come and escape what was going on and that lane over there. And when they told the emperor, well, the rule of the war said, to the victor go the spoil. When we beat the French and stuff like that in Florida, Louisiana, pretty much all the southern states was under the empire of Haiti, and including Canada, the whole country of Canada. You never wonder why Canada never had any president. They know they shouldn't. And the prime minister, one of the former prime minister was Haitian. All right, the whole country of Canada, they are well aware what's going on. They're well aware who the land belonged to and what's going on. The whole country of Canada and most, if not all, the southern states, Louisiana and all the southern states belonged to the French back then. And then when they told the emperor, like, okay, why don't you go ahead and take those land? And then he laughed. He said, no, I'm not going to take my brother's land. They are our brothers. They simply are not waking up yet. We're just going to wait for them to wake up. They are not there yet. Each of us have a degree of this plague, of this curse put on us. So now those guys choose Lagunav. They choose it not because of random. They choose Lagunav because there is something there. You see, we explained before the Emperor Faustin Suluki. There we go. This is the second emperor. Oh boy. Faustin Suluk. See, Suluk and his wife, and Faustin Premier, that was 1849, and that's when the Dominican Republic, well, there is no such thing, was subject to us, and they were and still are our vassals. They turned on us when we lost the power, and then they allied themselves with 83. Okay, so Emperor Faustin Suluk at that time dedicated the island Lagunav Haitian Island Queen. There we go. Okay, this is the queen, Lagunav Queen Timemen, and the U.S. general as king, because he was the reincarnation of Faustin the First. Faustin's spirit was in him. That's why he defected from the island, and the island become a country by himself. And then the queen back in 1914, that was 19 then the 1920s, but it was like 19 in the late 20s. Yes, 19 died in the 30s. Okay, him and the general, the U.S. general, and he defected because he was proclaiming king, and there was a prophecy that the people that the island was dedicated to will come. Okay, this marine become the king of a Haitian island for 3 years, and because the queen could not stand without a king at that time, the U.S. General, which they believe the spirit of Faustin was on him, and then he become king of the island. So the reason why, again, you see those men targeted Lago Nave. Where is it? There you go. They targeted Lago Nave because there's something in there. You see, those islands, those places are not just things that they just have in there. Okay, the real Area 51 is here, is in Plateau Central. All right, is here. This is where it is. All those what you're calling extraterrestrial activities happen here. Okay, Christopher Columbus landed right here. Okay, see Mole St. Nicolas Christopher Columbus landing pad. He landed right there. There is a reason why he landed right here. Okay, there is things there. This is the Holy Temple. This is where we make all the connection when we used to study like hell. We make the Bermuda Triangle. The true Bermuda Triangle is indeed from Tortuga Island or the Turtle Island. All right. Tortuga Island to Atlanta, Georgia, Atlantis. Okay, to Atlanta, Georgia, to Nova Scotia, Canada, right here, Nova Scotia, Canada, and back to the Tortuga Island. This is the true Bermuda Triangle. All right, so there are so many things in there, and the pyramid that have the face on it. Okay, where we where's the face? Well, things grow over it, trees grow over it, but it used to be right there. Where's the face? Those are not mounds. They're just giant pyramid which are covered. You know what? Let's see if we can. Is that this one? No. Yes, history. Let's go back to 2021. Let's go in 2021. Whoop, 2013. Was it there? 2016. No, I believe it was somewhere around 2021. Okay, let's go to 2021. 2019. There we go. There you go. You see, you start seeing it here. See, in 2020, you can see it here. You see the nose? Let's go to 2021. You can see clearly. Man, why? 2022, can we see it? No. Okay, 2020. He doesn't want to go to 2021. Why? I put it there, but it won't work. 2022, that's it. Okay, let's put it in 2020. So you see this? You see, this is the forehead right there. This is the forehead, nose, lips, and beard, eyes, and the afro right here on this mountain. And then it's look just like this dude right there. For some reason, put in 2024, but it is covered. You won't be able to see it. It appeared in 2020 to 2021. Let's go back. Let's go back. See, you can't see it in 1985. You can see it. What about 2013? It's covered. Okay, you can see it there. That's a little bit better, 2019. But nonetheless, They got plenty. You can see the face here. They have plenty stuff in there. You know, the Yucatan Peninsula, which is connected to the cave over there in Haiti. You can travel in an instant from one place to another, you know, in an instant there. And the cave is connected to Jamaica and pass it there, you know. Super high-tech technology. That's why those dudes want the island. They want to go ahead and rape the women and the children, because this is a holy place, a holy island. All right, so nonetheless, I just, this is a little revision. And how long we're into these things. All right, let's see if we can finish this. But yeah, that's why they try to go over there and do stuff, raping and take things. But nonetheless. Oh boy.
To the U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean, ABC News cameras spotted 2 U.S. warships a few miles off the coast of Venezuela. Matt Rivers is in Port of Spain, Trinidad with more. Good morning, Matt.
Okay, so what they are calling the Caribbean Sea between Haiti and the Caribbean Sea. Whoops. The Caribbean Sea, this passage right here between Haiti and the South America, well, it is known, as our people know, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. That's what it is. That's why you see all those dudes over here parking their ship. Oh, we're gonna attack Venezuela, which is right here. Venezuela. They're going to do something. So, whoa, let's park here in Haiti. Let's park there because we're at war. You know, Venezuela is like right across, you know, to Haiti. Let's just park right here. Let's do this. Oh, while we are here, let's check those people. Let's check this island over there. Oh, they got gangs over there. Let's give you Haitian people a little surprise. Let's get rid of the gang for you. Well, we told you. Once she's check in. All right then.
Good morning, Michael. We went out with some local fishermen to try and see for ourselves some of these U.S. forces that have moved into this region, and we did find what we were looking for. This is video that we took of 2 U.S. warships just off the coast of Trinidad, a destroyer and an amphibious assault ship, both transiting the narrow strait of water between Trinidad and Venezuela. We know that they were a part of the ongoing joint military exercises taking place this week, including Marines training on land. And overnight, U.S. Southern Command releasing this short video of U.S. warplanes taking off from the USS Iwo Jima, conducting live fire exercises in the Caribbean. And all of this as President Trump continues to weigh whether to strike targets inside of Venezuela as this pressure campaign against the regime of President Nicolas Maduro continues. And you know, when we saw those 2 warships, in that moment, we could also see the coastline of Venezuela. That is how close those ships came to Venezuela. Just a remarkable show of force, Robin.
Really is. All right, Matt. Our thanks to you.
Yeah, whatever. You guys are preparing for war yourself.
Could one of 18-year-old Anna Kepner's step-siblings be responsible for her death on a Carnival cruise ship? WESH 2 has obtained new court documents that say a criminal case may be initiated against her 16-year-old step-sibling. WESH 2 investigative reporter Justin Shecker joins us live in Brevard County.
Justin, lots of questions here for investigators to work through.
That's right. Good afternoon. The medical examiner in South Florida still hasn't released the cause or manner of 18-year-old Anna Kepner's death. The FBI is tight-lipped and not commenting at this time, but according to those new court filings, the 16-year-old step-sibling is living with a relative of his mother to ensure the safety of the other children. The FBI considers the 16-year-old step-sibling of Anna Kepner a suspect in the Carnival cruise ship death investigation, according to new filings in a child custody case. The attorney for the ex-husband of Anna's stepmom filed an emergency motion Monday in Brevard County that says the 16-year-old's future has been put in jeopardy because of the choices of the respondent. The response from the stepmom's attorney filed Tuesday says, "It is true there is an open investigation regarding the death of the biological daughter of the stepfather, and TH is a suspect regarding this death which occurred recently on a cruise ship. However, there are no allegations that the mother abused, neglected, or abandoned either of the minor children, or that she failed to protect the minor children." The stepmom's attorney is asking to reschedule a December hearing. She says her client cannot testify because it could be prejudicial to her or the 16-year-old in the pending criminal investigation.
Though she can't be compelled to testify, her refusal to testify can be used against her in the family law context.
Criminal defense and family law attorney Mark O'Mara says it's still the prudent move by the stepmom's attorney.
So unfortunately, everybody who has any potential criminal exposure, and maybe mom does, has to hush up, has to exercise the Fifth Amendment right not to testify anywhere, because that could come back to haunt them.
We stopped by the Kepner home Wednesday afternoon in Titusville to find out if any family member had anything to say about Anna or the FBI investigation. But there is a no trespassing sign in the front yard, and a woman came to the door asking us to leave because it's private property. You can also see Anna's car that had been decorated over at her school is now parked in front of the home.
Absolutely. Everyone needs to lawyer up.
O'Mara says he's confident the FBI will uncover the exact circumstances surrounding Anna's death.
And the forensics will show whether or not it was a complete, non-criminal event, which would be quite surprising based upon the circumstances we know now.
So what happened here is like this 16-year-old girl, let me see this, there we go. The 16-year-old girl, she got killed, and they say her brother did this, her stepbrother, and I don't know, man. You people are dangerous, because we just watch a 21-year-old, and I just love how you guys like to refer to those people as kids or children when they are able to murder people. A 21-year-old kid, they are planning to go to an island they've been planning for years. They've been having the fantasy since they were like 16, 17, and then you're calling them children, and then they are murdering people, shooting up school. This 15-year-old boy shoot up all his classmates that he had beef with them, and then people are, oh, he's just a boy, his brain is not fully developed. Yeah, that's what that is. So now it is said that her stepbrother is not a suspect because they were the one that were in the room together, and they find her body stuff. She got murdered. They find stuff, so they don't know what's going on. But those people, literally killing each other, man. Those
stole guns in Nebraska.
There we go. This one right there.
A teen charged in the disturbing murder of an Omaha father will spend decades behind bars. Today, a judge sentenced Deshaun Titsworth Hunt to 50 years in prison for robbery and weapons charges. But based on Nebraska law, he'll likely serve just 25 years.
In August last year, investigators say 6 juveniles, one as young as 11, stole guns in Nebraska City, drove back to Omaha, and attempted several carjackings. During the spree, 64-year-old Mersal Jama was shot and killed near 93rd and Katy as he returned from his second job as an Uber driver. One of Jama's daughters provided an emotional statement in court today, revealing heartbreaking new details of the night of the shooting. She says their family was waiting for him to come home when they heard what sounded like a firework going off, then knocking and yelling at the door. It was her father, with a look of terror on his face.
The blood on his abdomen, put pressure on his wound, and held his hand as he said his final prayers. And just as quickly as it happened, the ambulance whisked him away, and all we were left with was the blood on the floor where our father had collapsed. The warmth had drained from the room in an instant, and the laughter had turned into wailing.
Jama's daughter told the judge the only way for her family to feel safe is to put away the people involved for a long time.
And again, as you can see, she didn't ask for forgiveness or let him go free because he's 16. He doesn't know what he's doing. He gunned down this man, because gang, nigga, what's up? Yeah, I stole a gun, I'm gonna go ahead and hijack niggas and steal their money and shit and do shit. So what's up with you? What are you going? You gonna put me in prison? You ain't gonna cut me, man. I'm invincible. And people are calling those people teens and boys and kids. No, those are fucking grown adults. They know exactly what they were doing. They know exactly what they were doing. Killing people, stuffing their body in cruise ship, murdering people in school. And people are like, oh, their brains are not developed yet and stuff. Yeah, whatever.
Father's death has left a permanent hole in our hearts and in our community. We live each day with the grief and anger, trying to make sense of the loss that should have never happened. And it was over a car. These individuals with no sense of morals, no regard for a life of my father, took the most important person in our lives.
Titsworth Hunt made a short statement before his sentencing, apologizing for his actions. His brother, 17-year-old Trenton Titsworth Hunt, had his sentencing postponed. His is now set for January.
Yeah, those 17-year-old men walking out there and then behave like they're kids and shooting people and killing people for a car. Get a damn job, man. Drive for Uber or do something online. Start a YouTube channel. Do something, man. And those are the people that they will be protected. People like, oh, he's just a child. He don't know anything. You know? Can you imagine this? Oh, we all remember when we were 16, 17, we used to go out there and shooting and killing people, stealing their cars. We all done that. No, man. Those are grown-ass men. They are not sorry. People think like those guys are, no, those dudes ain't sorry, man. They'll kill you, dog, for a freaking car. They'll tell you to get out of the car. That is if you have change. They tell you to get out of car. If you don't, they'll shoot and kill you. All right? All right, I'm doing a little bit better with that freaking cold. And that's it. Whoops.
Bellevue police say they've arrested a woman believed to be connected to a shooting this morning. This happened near 38th Avenue.
Okay, last video.
An earful from the judge in court.
He did indeed. Elliot Judge Christina Miranda, she calls Ely's behavior during trial disrespectful. Then here today, she saw a mother go off, calling for the strongest sentence possible. Donna Sadler held little back, venting in court, directing her anger at the man accused of shooting her 21-year-old son. Malcolm Avery Johnson was a music promoter and his family's provider.
You killed my son, and then you and your girl posted it on Instagram and stuff like he wasn't nothing.
There you go. There you go. Those dudes, son, they don't care, man. They'll kill you. They'll go online and brag about it because it is rewarded. It is rewarded. This type of behavior is rewarded, especially in the so-called black community. People like, oh, he's OG, man. Yo, man, you tough, man. You gangster. And they'll brag about it, son. Back then, niggas will kill you and then leave the area and nobody know them. Nah, these days, they'll kill you live. And they'll post things and like, yo, what's up? Nobody can do hish to me. And their friends, they'll chew up, and then that's what happened.
Who does that?
As Johnson left a North Miami Beach club after work, surveillance cameras recorded a black Nissan pull up near him. Two armed men, including Marcus Ely, attacked. Police say Ely robbed and killed in cold blood to steal a gold chain and medallion, then showed it off online like a trophy in pictures a few hours after the crime. After a brief struggle, Johnson had his arms up, not resisting, when shot in the chest and left to die. More than 2 years later, during sentencing at Ely's 4-day murder trial, Johnson's mom looked Ely in the eye and spoke.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you kill my son? You've been wasting everybody's time because you know you're guilty. And you still is arrogant. I got to get counseling every day. I can't rest at night. Because that's always running my mind.
Why did you kill my son? For a gold chain? Them niggas will kill you for pretty much anything. Why? Because they are chronically insecure. They are online, offline. Them dudes will drop you like... You got a ring, a fake gold ring, a fake silver ring. You got a freaking stainless steel ring, a stainless steel chain. They'll kill you for it, man. Hey, man, nigga, give me your chain. All right, take it. What's up, bro? You think you better than me? They'll take the chain. They'll kill you. Because they've done that before, multiple times. Or they watch people done it. They sit around people that have done things like that. And people are like, well, he's a teenager. He doesn't know what he's doing and stuff. No, man, them niggas will kill you for the minute thing, the most banal thing. They'll just kill you. And then they have no regret, no remorse. Up until now, up until you receive a 50-year sentence and then you serve like 10 out of it. And you're like, yo, I'm not going to get out of here, man.
Do this trial how you did, and you sit up there and lied. I see if you had some remorse. You ain't got no remorse.
No remorse.
And I wish they give you the max. I really do.
Moments later, Ely began jingling his cuffs loud enough to upset Judge Christina Miranda.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ely?
I'm ready to go. We already know what's going on. I understand. I'm ready to go.
I know, you gotta sit here, look. And you gotta be respectful of the court.
He's not very respectful of me. He's not disrespectful either, but...
Yeah, he tried to be very... Nah, man, those will be like, hey, man, what's up, man? Try to disrespect me. I didn't do anything. I asked this nigga for his change, then give me, I kill him. So what's up? People kill people all the time.
Mr. Ely, you're being very disrespectful. I really don't want to put you in the embarrassment of being put into a straitjacket or maybe covering your mouth so that we can continue with this hearing.
It ended with Ely getting concurrent life sentences for murder and robbery this family cannot understand.
Yeah, life sentences, man. You're going to be there forever. For what? A gold chain. A gold chain. You kill a brother for a gold chain. What, how much, $50 million that gold chain worth? What is it? How much money? Was it even real gold? For a gold chain, man. You got like consecutive life sentences for a gold chain. Cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded.
While Ely sat in jail last December, prosecutors say he and 3 other inmates jumped another inmate for the crimes that he was convicted of robbery and first-degree murder. He has to serve a minimum of 25 years in prison without parole. Larry Seward, CBS News, Miami.
So, 13 days ago, Australian man found guilty of killing BC's Tatiana in front of a young son. Yeah, people are killing people out there, man. People are killing people, man. But then again, this Joabite, the curse of Joab, and brothers will kill brothers. That's what it is. There's nothing we can do about this. And the curse of Joab is pretty strong. Fair warning, beloved. What you're seeing going out there, it's all prophecy. There's nothing I personally can do about it to stop it. I'm not quite sure about you. Things are like this because it was written and it's supposed to be so. Now, when it comes to the 2/3, and there's nothing we can do about it, okay? They have beef. Like when you hear the 2/3 beef, you would have thought like, yo, he killed my brother or he tried to kill me. No. He had a gold chain, he had a cell phone, he had a shoe that I like. So I'm killing him and taking the shoes. And then I'm going online on Instagram and brag about it. Like, yo, I just murdered this nigga, man, and take his chain, man. What's up? Yo, I niggas know I'm gangster, man, and people are putting comment, yeah, that's my cousin right there, man. This is who he is, man. He's tough. Like, yo, you just killed a human being and you stole his chain and stuff. Why? Because the psychosis going on out there. There are certain things they are consuming and it brought them in another world. And they are possessed and they can do this thing. But nonetheless, beloved, I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love. I say shalom. I gotta go ahead and nurse this cold, man.